Hi, it's Dwayne. We're going to be looking at a brand new products from Corsair. It's the Hydro X series. It's their water cooling line that they've just launched. So let's check this out, see what we've got going on inside here. And this is a really nice case. Like I said, I'm really excited about the case. We get that, and then it kind of pops open, and voila, this is what we've got inside. So what we've got is some CPU blocks over here, we got some GPU blocks over here, and it looks like we've got a reservoir and pump combination over to the right hand side. I'm going to go ahead and take these out and get them out on the tabletop so we can get a better look at them. So here's what came in the box. We've got 2 GPU water blocks, 2 CPU water block, and we've also got the reservoir and pump combo. When I requested for the GPU blocks, what I wanted 1080 and I wanted a 2080 because that's what I have. I don't have the top end stuff because well, I'm not a J and I'm not all these other guys. So, but I'm trying to get there with your help. We also got the CPU water blocks. Now this is for the 2066 and the Threadripper. This one here is for the 1150 series and the AM4 series processors. And of course, last but not least, we got to have the reservoir and the pump to make everything work. So this is something I really wanted to look at when I saw it in the case. I'm always interested in how people come up with their designs or what do they do for the reservoir and pump assemblies. Because, you can only do so much, really, with it. But then again, everybody has something different. And so is Corsair. So it looks like they've called it the XD5 RGB. So I'm guessing it's got RGB lighting in it as well. So let's take it out of the box. Looks like we've got an instructions manual. Your warranty guide. Hey, yeah, right. Let's see if I can see if it says real quick. And the print is so small I just can't read it. Okay, now this is something I'm kind of interested in. Okay, I was looking at it online and I went, that's kind of cool. But we'll go back with that really quick. And there we go. This is what we have it. Looks like we've got a bunch of mounting screws in there. So we got this mounting bracket, which goes along with this. Got some other screws. Oh, so you got your caps. So you can plug off some of your ports, and you've got the little thumb screwdriver, I guess I'll call it, to screw in and unscrew the caps that you get. And it looks like it's also got, so it's got a thermal sensor in there. So you can take this and you can go into one of the ports, either like, let's see, with the adapter that we got from the fittings, or I think you can also go into the unit itself and it'll actually read back and tell you what the temperature is of your coolant. So that's pretty nice. And there we go. Wow, really light. So it looks like it's made out of acrylic or in a plastic, but according to the website, this is actually nylon. It just says nylon. It says the fluid chamber is made of nylon. Nice. Well, much better than acrylic, because of the heating and contraction of the cooling, right? The heating, it can crack. Ooh, yeah, don't even say that. But it definitely looks like we've got 4 ports, 2 in the back, 1 here, and 1 on this side as well. You've also got your tubes, your dump tubes on the end. So you've got one that goes down, right? It goes down to help distribute the water. Looks like it's got on the inside. It's also got, I'm gonna call it like a spider web effect. Way it also helps and keeps the water churning and keeps it moving. So, but very light though. I'm really liking this. Very, very light. So you get your power connections. Ooh, nicely sleeved. They're already sleeved. Very, very nice. And Molex. Yeah, I know. Everybody likes to try and get away from it, but what can you do? I think it's got 10 LED lights up in the top that actually shine down. So I think that's gotta look pretty cool, actually, lit up and inside of a case. Then what you have here is you've got your mounting bracket, and I think you can do it multiple ways. But like I said, one of the things that I noticed that what they were talking about is that with this bracket that you can have. This actually goes on top of your fan. Okay, so if you have a certain particular place that you can't put it because there's no base on the bottom, but you want to keep your fan in there, you can put your fan down, and then you can run this through. You mount it to the bracket, and then the bracket, you mount it to that bracket, which this bracket, I know it seems like bracket to bracket to bracket, but then you can put it on top of a fan. So I think that's pretty damn cool, I think. Oh, and the other thing, not only can you do it on horizontal fans, but you can do it on vertical fans as well, right? So using the back side, of course you move these cables somewhere else, you mount this to a fan, and then you can slide it up as high and as low as you want. It's actually a pretty good idea. All right, I'm pretty excited about this idea, to tell you the truth. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna jump into this one first because, well, this is what I have. This is for the 1150 series and also the AMD 4 series processors. So I'm gonna jump into this one first, take a quick look, see what we got. You know, kind of curious to see what it really looks like because, you know, you get to see the pictures, but it's time to see it in person. So it looks like you got a warranty guide card, so you got an installation booklet, different languages, tells you how to put it together. Very good, especially very well for the first time people that have never done this before. It's always a good idea to look at it, right? Always look at it. But you know, there's people out there, I don't need no manual, and then they're the ones in the forums going, oh, this doesn't work, how come internet? So we get that over there. All right, so what do we got? So we got the mounting hardware. Okay, different types. Go inside there. And then we've got this empty bag. No, oh, okay, this bag's got clear, looks like washers. So must be isolation washers. Yeah, so if you see an empty bag, it's not. You got to keep that. So then you got the brackets, it looks like, for the different other styles of mounting. So there. And you got a back plate. And then you've actually got the water block itself. So I'm looking at it, and it's plastic. So the outer side is plastic, so all the decoration. Looks like the top also is plastic. Oh, I won't say plastic, but probably acrylic, or maybe it's made out of nylon, like the other piece was, right? Very light though, so that's kind of good news, right? So it's very light, but it kind of makes you wonder, like, well, you know, is a heavier block better than a lighter block? I don't know, but we're gonna find out. It's got a big plastic piece on the back that's covering it up and protecting all of the back side of the block, and it's got pre-applied thermal paste in a honeycomb pattern. I don't know if that makes any difference, or is it just like, ooh, pretty, but it is different though, so maybe it is. I mean, I keep looking at it, but other than that, you know, looks about the same. It's got RGB lighting. It is very light though. I'm kind of liking it, but I don't know if I am liking it, truthfully. The one for the 2066 socket and the Threadripper. So yeah, so that's a black nickel. So it looks actually really sharp that way. I really like that. And then you've got same thing, the black nickel. Don't even go there. But it's got the silver decoration on the outside. It looks like it's, boy oh boy, it almost does. This one does feel a little heavier though. I don't know because if it's of the other pieces of the mounting hardware that's already on there, but it's basically the same, it looks, and then it's just got the silver highlights on the outside with the RGB as well. So we'll have to see about that. I might have to give this to somebody to test out for us because unfortunately I do not have a thread ripper system to check that out on. Unless, you know, like AMD or somebody would like to give me one, then I'm not going to complain. Well, it's time to look at the GPU blocks. So I'm pretty excited to see this actually. So one of the options that they asked us when we wanted the kits was like, oh, what GPUs do you have? So I picked the 1080 Ti and the 2080 because, well, I have both of these cards personally. And I also figured that the 1080 Ti is about in the range where somebody would most likely have, right? I mean, you're going to have the 1070s and 1080s. So they do make the water blocks for these. And they also make it for all the 20 series cards as well. So that's really nice. And they also do for the Vega series. Okay, so you guys are not left out. But I think what we're going to do, we're going to pop open the 1080 Ti one. We're going to put the 2080 over to the side and see what's in this thing. So I'm hoping that it looks like what the pictures look like. Now this one's got the Corsair logo on the box. The other stuff didn't when you had a box on the inside. So we'll pop that open. Ooh, yeah, that actually looks pretty nice. That actually does look pretty nice. So I'm going to take this out. And actually I'm going to put it over here just for now because it looks like there's stuff at the bottom of the box. So at the bottom of the box, it looks like there's the bottom of the box. I know, smart ass. Also got another one of those thumb screws, right? So that you've got your, looks like for the mounting of the back plate and actually of the water block itself. And it looks like you got some block off caps as well for the G quarter holes. And it does come with a back plate, so nice. Yeah. Nice and light, cool, decorative. Let's open that up. So it's made out of aluminum, yeah, and it's got the Corsair logo and it's got the big X for the Hydro X series. So very nice on that. So yeah, very, very nice. It's actually got a good substantial weight to it. Feels very nice. This is aluminum on the outside. So it looks like it's probably been milled out. It's aluminum, help to dissipate the heat. It's got a copper base that has been nickel plated. So that's good for the heat transfer. And plenty of window space, so you know, if you like it or not, because I'm going to be mounting mine this way, right? I can't tell you how many years I've been waiting for actually people to like start doing it on the vertical sides instead of always on the horizontal side, because you got to remember, if you do it normally, it would be facing down, right? It's like, oh gosh, really? Well, all the cool stuff is facing down. So start mounting that thing vertical. And you're going to see some cool stuff and designs in here. And one of the things is, it does have a flow indicator. Really nice, right? That's a nice little thing to have there. Because how many times you look at it and go, is the water moving? Well, the temperature looks good, but is the water moving? But the temperature looks good. Oh no, temperature's rising a little bit. Is the water moving? so, hey, I only know that from experience. So you have a nice little setup here. It does look like a set of RAM almost, the way that's guarded across there, but I like that though. It is an aluminum piece. It protects where the G quarter fittings go. It does come with pre-applied thermal tape. And also it has pre-applied on the bottom, so where the block actually makes contact with the GPU itself. Very nice. It all comes pre-applied. You know, you just got to pull off the top part, and then poof, off you go. Very nice. I do like that though. So it's really, really neat to be able to do the passageways that they have, right? So that's why you got included, right, these. So let's say, like, oh, you know what I really want? I want it to go in one side, and I want the tubing to go in one side, and then maybe out the other, or I want them both to come out this way, or, you know, whatever you do. Then you just add that in there, right? And then your trusty thumb screwdriver, tighten that up, and there you go. You blocked off one side, and you can do the passage on the other side, or vice versa. So, but okay, and don't do this, because I know somebody out there is probably going to do it, and then they got to fill it up and go, oh wow. You have to have one tube at least on each side, right? You're in and out. You have to do that, okay? No, that wasn't by experience. I do like it. Looks very, very good. Looks nice and shiny on the inside. You can see some of the milling process. You can actually see right here where it is above the GPU itself. It's got a bunch of super micro fins in there. So this is where it's going to dissipate the most heat out of the system. I'm going to have to see how it looks on actually this one right here. This is where it's going to go on. It's going to go on this one right there. Let's see. Oh, that's sexy, eh? It's sexy. The 2080, and I'm sure it's going to be exactly the same. Yeah, it is. It is actually the design and everything else. Of course, it's just depending upon where the components are on the back side, or actually laid out on the card. But it has the pre-applied thermal paste everywhere, and the pads. You've got for your RGB lighting, and all the other stuff included just as well on the box. So the outside, they all look, apparently looks like just about the same, just depending on, of course, the design of the card itself. So here's almost everything that came in the second box. So we have a 240 millimeter and a 360 millimeter radiator. Now this is the XR5 series. You can also get these in 120 millimeter, 240 millimeter, 280 millimeter, 360 millimeter, and they're 30 millimeters thick with copper and brass materials. Now there's also an XR7 series of radiators. Now those are 240 millimeter, 360 millimeter, 480 millimeter, but they are 54 millimeters thick and also made of copper and brass. And all the radiators use 120 millimeter fan. With the radiators using 120 millimeter fans, you've got to use the ML120 Pros, right? So you're going to have your RGB lighting, great control over that. Highly, highly recommend that you just grab one of the Commander Pros as well. This is what ties everything together and gives you awesome effects of lighting and speeds and all of the other stuff that's really kind of cool. So these are the radiators that come in our sampling, and they are the XR5 series. Now remember, there's an XR7 and an XR5. The XR7 is 54 millimeters thick, which is almost twice as thick as the XR5. So what we're going to do is go ahead and take a look at the XR5. And pull out the 241, take a quick look at that. Okay, we got here the warranty card, 2-year warranty. Awesome, that's really good. Over here, looks like we've got screws. Yeah, all kinds of mounting screws for with a fan, without a fan, and stuff. So that's really awesome as well. Looks like the radiator was packed in bubble wrap. Very nice. Put that over to the side. So it is a matte black finish. Does look like it has, I'm going to say maybe nickel plated or black nickel looking coloring on the side where it says Corsair. It does say that on both sides, which is okay because I mean, of course they want to show it off. And you do have 2 of the G quarter fittings, and it is, as you can see, about 30 millimeters thick, and it looks like looks like the fins are pretty good spaced, because you don't want them too close together and you don't want them too far apart, because this is where you're dissipating all your heat out of your system. So overall, I really kind of like the look. I mean, the matte will go very well in any kind of color case: black, white, yellow, purple, green. Be really nice. And you know, we got the 360 version, and I'm not going to open that up because, well, it's just a little bigger than this one. So what we've got up here is all the fittings that came inside the box. So we've got the 90-degree hardline, and then we've got just a regular fitting for the hardline, and then we have a 90-degree adapter, which you take this fitting to put onto here. And you also have the 45-degree angle. Then you have the Y-splitter, you have the ball valve for your hardline stuff. And you've also got down here is got a fill valve, and down here is the compression fittings. Yeah, so you can also do soft tubing with that. Oh, yeah, speaking of soft tubing, apparently some of the other guys didn't get any of the soft tubing, but I did. So it's 10 millimeter ID with a 13 millimeter OD, and this should be enough to do one system pretty easily. They also sent out 2 bottles of the XL5, which is their performance coolant, and this is clear. So that should look really nice inside the system. So you can't build a water cooling system without fittings, and it looks like Corsair threw in everything that they got. I mean, that's really great, because you can never really have enough different fittings, because you never know when you get to a spot you're like, oh man, I needed a 45 here, or I needed an extender, or I needed a 90. So it's always nice to have a few extras here and there. What we got were the black colored fittings. Now all their fittings for soft tubing and hardline come in black, chrome, white, and gold. So that's a good variety to come up with. The gold one, I'm not too sure about. You know, I don't know if I would do that. I wonder if that's more popular overseas or something. But either way, it looks like these fittings are probably bits power. Just because of the way the design, and you know, they got the colored rings, the O-rings and stuff. Now, a lot of people do it. Okay, it's just OEM. So people go, oh, well, they didn't make their own stuff. Big deal. You'd be surprised how many people do not make their own stuff, and it's OEM. Okay, so if I could do it, sure, I would buy the same stuff and put the Modders Inc. logo on there. Yeah, but you know, when you can't build it yourself, you find somebody who builds the best stuff, and you know, you use it and put it into your systems. What they included for us is, so you got the drain. Got to have one of these, right, when you're building your system. This is so you get the ball valve, so when you turn it, you can keep the water in, and then you can let the water out. And you get a whole bunch of other stuff. So you get like 45-degree angle, you get 90-degree angle pieces. You also get the compression fittings ones, right? So you've got these for the soft tubing. These soft tubing ones will connect to any of the adapters, right? So just like the other one, screw it in there, put your soft tubing under, and you're off and ready to run. So we're looking at here are 4 different sizes of pipe that is available. So what we're looking at is, this is the 14 millimeter that Corsair sent out. This is 13 millimeter, and this is 12 millimeter, and this is of course the 16 millimeter. We're of course talking about the outside diameters. Now the inside diameters of these 3 here are fairly close to the same. So why 14 millimeters? It's a thicker wall on the outside, so that's going to give you a much sturdier piece of pipe, and it's going to be a little easier to bend actually. Now the 16 millimeter, of course, it's got the larger insides and a little bit more water flow, but sometimes it's a little harder to use to bend, because your radiuses are going to be a lot longer and a lot wider than they would be with like a 14 or 12 millimeter. Now Corsair does have the 14 millimeter, but they also do the 12 millimeter as well. Well, I hope you liked the video. Please hit the subscribe button, also the thumbs up button, because every like really helps us out. It takes people like you to help us out, and for helping us out, you know, it makes us better, and it makes me more famous. You know, it's like, oh yeah, no autographs, no, please, oh, just this once. Yeah, it's okay. Why are you trying to think? Just say it. Just talk it out. Hi, it's today.